Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. UFC 315 is this week.
Let's go.
And we got Bilal Muhammad taking on Jack Della Maddalena for the main event for the welterweight championship of the world. This man's in the welterweight division. He's taking on Charles Radke. Mike Malott joining us there as he's going to get to fight in Canada. It's in Montreal. Mike, thanks for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. How are you?
Thanks for having me on, guys.
How you feeling? You got the weigh-in tomorrow. Everything on weight? We feeling good? You got to suffer today? Are you suffering while on with us today?
I mean, I'd love to have a nice big meal and all that, but no, I feel all right, man. Just keeping to the process. Got to make weight tomorrow, and then we'll get to fill back up and feel strong and full of carbs and everything, and good to go on Saturday.
Now you train, you get hit, you got to be tough. Is cutting weight the toughest part of all of this?
I wouldn't say it's the toughest part, but it's a tough part. It's something that I think most people in life would benefit from trying at least once, just to recognize what it's like to go without food and to go without water and to go with just that dehydration, that feeling of kind of suffering, but then also how something so simple as like water or some electrolytes after you've cut weight you're so grateful for it. So I think it's good for everybody to try that out.
What is like the most delirious you've gotten from it? Like, is there one that was like particularly bad? Like, do you ever start like hallucinating or something? Or do you remember a particularly bad weight cut?
Yeah, not hallucinating, but I used to fight at some lighter weight classes back in the day. And one time it was like the biggest weight cut I've ever done. And we were getting close to weight, and I jumped out of the sauna for a little bit, and I was lying on the ground. We were taking a little break between sauna sessions, and my buddy was like, all right, you got to get up. And he tried to help me up, but kind of helped me up in the most awkward way possible that just put more, like almost made it tougher for me to get up. And then the next thing I knew, I thought he was like wrestling me against the lockers. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Stop. He's like, no, I caught you. You fainted. I was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. So Mike, you're Canadian. I imagine you love the hockey. I saw that your brother plays in the NHL, so I imagine hockey is that religion for you. Are you a Maple Leafs fan? What is your loyalty lie when it came to the NHL?
Yeah, I'm a hockey fan. Grew up playing hockey. That was the original goal, like every other Canadian kid, right, to be an NHL star. But found out pretty early on that I was trash at hockey, so it wasn't going to happen. Luckily, worked out for my brother. But I've been a Leafs fan my whole life. Now I'm a Kings fan until I'm a Kings fan because that's my brother plays for the LA Kings. But now that the Kings are out of the playoffs, I'm back to rooting for the Leafs.
Oh God! All right, so hold on, dude. All right, so we got to ask you about. So we're down here in South Florida.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. So all right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right. Yeah, how does it feel to be? No, I got a question for you. How does it feel to be down 2, baby?
It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, but I remain confident. In our Cats. I mean, they are champions, Mike. So I'm not sweating it just yet.
It's hockey.
But you guys were acting like maniacs over Sam Bennett. Like, you shouldn't have treated him like that. You know that that your goalie got hurt by that slap shot, and you wanted to take poor Sam Bennett away in handcuffs.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that slap shot. Get out of here with that.
The thing disintegrated, and we're sitting here with like a little chicken wing. Hits, Mike. Come on. You thought that hit was the one that actually took out Lawrence?
It didn't seem bad.
Solars?
It didn't seem that bad in the moment. Like, he went down. Went over to had some water, seemed like he was good and was kind of laughing and stuff. But then I don't know if you guys saw that between periods, but he goes over maybe it wasn't between periods, but it was during the break, goes over and starts like throwing up over the bench. So it seemed like he was legitimately hurt, whether it's like neck or head or whatever it was. I don't know, but obviously he was hurt. He didn't play last night.
Yeah, it looked. He was on the team last year down here, so we did
here.
feel bad. Yeah. But also, this is the thing that's crazy about you Leafs fans. Like, Sam Bennett is from Toronto, and I'm looking on the guy's Instagram page, and you guys want to revoke his citizenship. Like, how can you be that? These fans are insane with the hockey.
Yeah, man, it's hockey's life up here.
So when you watch a hockey fight as a professional fighter, Have you had to teach your brother tricks? Did he have that already in the bag with him? Like, what is the art to good hockey? Because it always seems like whoever gets the leverage on grabbing the jersey is the guy who's in the good spot. But as a professional fighter, when you watch hockey fights, does that entertain you?
Oh, of course, it's entertaining. I was on the edge of my seat when my brother fought Brandon Carlo from the Leafs a month ago or whatever it was. Yeah, it's a completely different style of fighting, right? You got like 30, 40 seconds of sprint, and then you're stopping and you're trying to get good grips. And like you said, whoever establishes a good grip probably has, the upper hand. But yeah, I've taught him some stuff. We've worked some boxing in the summers, and he works with my striking coach, Cruel, in the summers a little bit. So the kid can throw down for sure.
Now you're dealing with a little bit. I see this Charles Rack. He's flapping his gums a little bit in this lead up to this matchup. What have you made of a lot of that in the lead up to this? Has it bothered you at all, or does that motivate you any extra, or what has it been your whole thing with what he's been yapping about?
No, honestly, I haven't heard a lot of the stuff. I've heard people say that he's flapping his gums. I don't even honestly use social media, so I've heard people say like the guy's talking, but I really haven't heard much other than at the press conference. They told me a couple things, and I'm like, all right, man, like, you're a grown man. I'm not gonna try and control what you're saying. Like, it's all good. For me, I'm just focused on my process, and like all that other stuff is just noise. There's so much stuff in this game that you can put focus on. Like, you can really go down any rabbit hole. It's like, oh man, I want to make money. I want to be, I want to climb the ranks. Some people want to be, stars. They want to spin off to be movie stars after. Like, there's so much stuff that you could think of outside of fighting that could distract you from what's actually important in the cage or in the octagon, which is your preparation and your performance. And for me, everything just comes back to the most obvious, like, anything that's being said or anything that's leading up to the fight, like, does this really change the factors of the fight? Like, no, it doesn't change how I prepared. It doesn't change how I prepared for the fight. It doesn't change my preparation. It doesn't change what skills both of us bring to the octagon. So it's like, why dwell on that stuff,
You got any thoughts on this? Because in your own weight class, the belt's on the line. Any thoughts on the main event?
No. I mean, it looks like it'll be an awesome fight. I'm glad Canada got a sweet pay-per-view. Like, that's a cool matchup. But again, it doesn't affect my fight. And Saturday night in my head is about my fight and my fight only. So I'm just dialed in on my focus.
Will you still be focused when the Cats start getting back in the series on Friday?
Oh yeah, don't let that
don't let that affect you, Mike. I mean, when I say, when the Cats, get back in this series on Friday, they win, it's 2-1. Like, I don't want you thinking too much about the Leafs, because I know, like, look, you got your 2 wins, your fans were happy, man. So you're going to have to make Canada happy. This is probably, you're going to be the only win they get this weekend.
Nah, man, I think we're going 3-0, buddy.
No, I don't think that's happening. But listen, tip of the cap. You guys had a nice little run there. You caught the champ sleeping a little bit, but we know the bounce back is there, Mike.
We'll see. We'll see Thursday. Friday.
Best of luck, man. We'll be watching you UFC 315, and you guys can catch Mike. He's at the feature prelim against Charles Racky. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
There you go. Mike Malott joining us there on the program.